Taveta town might appear a little sleepy in the hot, arid conditions, but out of it springs well-kept, at least 100-year-old cemeteries dating to the First World War.
Tuko na makaburi hapa Voi ambayo ni kumbukumbu ya wazungu ambao ni wale British na German. Ukienda Mwaktau tuko na makaburi ambayo ni kumbukumbu ya wale Wahindi waliokufa vita vya kwanza vya dunia. Alafu Taveta tuko na makaburi mara mbili. Makaburi ya wazungu ambao ni wale wa British na wa Jerumani. Alafu na pia kuna ya Wahindi pale.
The cemeteries such as the one at Taveta feature indelible marks of the war right from the very first victim of European extraction, one Frederick Broker, at the Taveta cemetery. He was shot by then British DC Hugh LaFontaine at the start of the war. Dead men tell no tales, but from the cemeteries alone, one can deduce that soldiers of European extraction got the most recognition, followed by Indians, then Africans. However, this state of affairs provides a look into the strategy deployed by Germans and British during the war. For instance, recognizing their disadvantage in numbers, Germans are said to have allowed Africans to rise to positions of officers rather than remain in duties of being porters.
Around Mwaktau, at some point, we had over 20,000 British soldiers fighting for Mwashoti, not Mwashoti, fighting for Salaita Hill, while we had only 1,200 Germans. So the Germans tactfully managed to train even the Africans, recognize them and train them on how to handle firearms. When General Smart came in, he was surprised to see Africans actually holding and using rifles. This was unheard of.
Mwaktau area also has an Indian cemetery and zero for Africans. Same case in Taveta and Voi, where again participation of European and Indian soldiers in the war has been immortalized.
As part of history, we are being taught about Vasco da Gama and Alexander the Great, but we forget our own history. In school, we learn about those guys. We never learn about ours here. So this is for us to learn about ours here, what happened to us. And if you can identify a couple of Africans who actually passed on, we'll be saying this is part of us.
Even among cemeteries, differences exist between those for Indians and those for Europeans. Indian ones feature a single tombstone with all names listed and a cluster of sisal plants, while those for Europeans have all soldiers with their tombstones and names engraved.
In as much as over 1 million Africans died during the First World War, some of them as porters and courier corps, and finally forming the key working and fighting team, we do not have anything that depicts Africans having been involved in the war. You find the Europeans, the Indians were recognized, but up to date, nothing has happened. And that's why as Sarova and as a team, we decided to acknowledge and recognize the Africans that died during this campaign.
But the graves also put a dent on a British general, one Malleson, and his disastrous campaign against numerically inferior Germans led by Paul von Lettow-Vorbeck. Malleson was replaced by General Smuts from South Africa, turning the tide against the Germans. The cemeteries are maintained by the Commonwealth War Graves Commission and now might become a major tourist attraction if well marketed and positioned. And to mankind, these are reminders that from dust we came, to it we'll return. Mark Namaswa, KTN News.